Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the YouTube channel called Walk With Me. Today's video is going to be called Trapped with Evil. And it's titled that for a very good reason. Because evil is a trap. When I say these things, I want you to really reflect on your life and see where you can see these patterns I'm talking about, these ways I'm talking about. See if you can identify them so that we can be able to break these traps of evil. Evil works in traps usually. A lot of times evil usually works like this. So you have the pleasure, right? The pleasure's there, right here. You're pleased by that pleasure. It feels good. Well, even before that pleasure, something draws you into that pleasure. Usually when we go to pleasure, you see something that looks good, you want it, you go towards it, you get it, and it gives you pleasure. We're drawn to that pleasure. So that pleasure's right here. It feels good. It feels good to us. Over time, we repeat that pleasure again and again and again. So much so that it becomes a automatic habit that we do. It just becomes something that we do every single day. We build it up day after day after day. At some point, let me not say pleasure. Let's talk about lust specifically. That's what I'm talking about here. It's lust specifically here. Give into it again and again and again, not thinking about it, just enjoying the pleasure. You're just enjoying it. It feels good every day. It feels good. It feels good. And over time, the accumulation of that lust, the accumulation of it leads you to a place where now you're in a trap. You weren't trapped at first. At first, it was just you getting pleasure, but now you're trapped. Now the pleasure's here and there's fear here. So now when I don't have the pleasure, this is what happens usually when we start trying to break away from the pleasure. Now when I don't have the pleasure, I have fear. And the fear forces me to want to run back to the pleasure. So I have the fear, and then I want to run back to the pleasure. So I run back to the pleasure. Then I have the fear, and it's like a trap. It's like I'm being consumed. I'm being controlled by something now. Evil has taken me over. I'm now seeing the results of evil. And I can't seem to break it because I try to break it, and I do good for a while, and I have the fear, and I run back to it. I just can't resist that good feeling. I can't resist it. It feels so good. So at some point, we have to break that cycle of the pleasure and the fear and the pleasure and the fear. You have to cut out that thing, cut out that pleasure, put that pleasure away. And what you're going to be left with when you put the pleasure away is just the fear. So the pleasure's not here anymore, but it's just the fear. But know that you have to endure this for a time and that it will pass. But just sit through it and endure it. Accept your consequences. That's the thing that we don't do enough, is just simply learn to accept our consequences for the things we've done. Okay, it takes a real understanding to do this, though. Okay, I understand now. I did wrong. I did evil. My results are evil. This is what I'm due. Okay, I can't change the fact that I'm due this consequence. This is my consequence. I will endure it. But while I'm enduring this consequences, I'm going to create new consequences through my actions now, because we can choose the causes. We can't choose the effects. So I chose the cause of my consequence, but I couldn't choose the effect, which is the consequence. That's left in the hands of the law. The law decides that, and the law is exact. It'll give you exactly what you do for exactly what you've done. So, okay, I'm no longer fighting against this. I'm no longer fighting against the law. I'm going to work with the law by accepting my consequence. I basically tell the law, okay, you're just. You're right. I can't dispute that you have given the right judgment. I accept my consequence. I don't fight against it. I don't run away from it anymore. I sit there within it and I endure it, and I try not to create new consequences, while at the same time me enduring them consequences and not create new consequences. I'm changing the causes means I'm changing my habits. I'm changing the things I do day to day. I'm changing my habits at the same time so that I will receive good consequences. I will receive good things. So acceptance is a big part of this, because we have to accept our consequences for evil. Because one thing that's true is you don't get consequences for your good actions. We must not be deluded that we can get consequences because of our good actions. Any consequence that comes only comes because of our bad and wrong actions. The law in God does not punish us for good things that we do. We are always rewarded for the good things that we do. And we're looking for a reward outside it, which is the reason why a lot of times we don't see the rewards for the good things we do. We overlook the peace. We overlook the goodness within us. We overlook those rewards, and we're looking for an outside reward. We're looking for the money. We're looking for the car. See, I see this person here. They do all the wrong things. Look at them. They have the house. They have the car. They have this. They have the good-looking spouse or something like that. Look at me. I'm always doing the right thing, and I don't get any of that. I don't have the car. I don't have the house. You're looking in the wrong place for the benefits of this practice. The benefits of this practice is not for outward possessions or outward things. The benefit of this practice is for our inner well-being. It's for that safety that the truth brings us. It's for that peace that is available to us. It's for that love that can be built up into our hearts to nourish us. It's for that compassion, which feels so great to have compassion. It's for the calmness of mind, the peace of mind, which feels good just to be able to sit back and be at peace. It's for the freedom, the ability to stand alone within that goodness. We're looking in the wrong place for the benefits. And this is also a trick of evil. Evil always wants us to look outside, because if we look outside, we'll always be confused. I'll repeat to you again, if you keep looking outside for something, you will always be confused. Life happens on the inside, not on the outside. You can't find what you're looking for on the outside. You can't find it in a thing on the outside. You'll only create more trouble. You have to go on the inside. Go on the inside, do the inner work. And that's the hard part, because a lot of times when we go on the inside, we see that there's a lot of dirt. There's a lot of dirt on the inside. There's a lot of bad things there that we don't want to face. We don't want to look at, that we have accumulated through our actions. And we don't want to deal with them. We don't want to endure them. We don't want to let them pass and just endure them. But that's a part of the process that we have to accept, that I've done bad things to get bad results. And there's a lot of dirt on the inside of me. There's a lot of wrong things I've done which have led to these wrong consequences. But either way, I must go within, because that's where the truth is. I must go within, because that's where God is. That's where the kingdom is. It's within us. It's never been on the outside of us. It never will be. It never can be. I saw a quote that said, leave the outside as it is. True change happens from within. Leave the outside as it is. As we change ourselves within, the outside will change as well. Seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you. Seek first the kingdom of God, then all these things will be added on to you. Again, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added on to you as well. Seek first the kingdom of God, And all these things will be added onto you as well. We have it backwards. We seek first the things to be added and think that somehow it'll bring us the happiness we want. So once I get this job, then I'll be happy. It's a delusion that the devil keeps us trapped in, and we fall for it again and again and again. And we have the proof because we've done this before. Okay, I remember that time I said I got this job, everything was going to be good. I got the job now. Did that truly happen? I remember that time I said, okay, when I get this thing, everything's going to be good. I got that thing. Did that truly happen? We have to start looking at what's really happening. How do we keep falling for the same tricks? It's one thing for him to get you with a different trick here and a different trick there. But if he keeps getting you with the same trick, if he keeps getting us with the same trick again and again and again and again, eventually we have to stop blaming the devil and we have to blame ourselves. I'm willingly and I'm knowingly allowing myself to be deceived, even though I've seen myself be deceived with this exact same thing before. So the problem is not that I don't see it. The problem is I don't give enough attention to it. I overlook the deception. I accept the deception. So I end this video here. In order to break away from these things that are so strongly taking us, especially in this generation, many things have been made that are absolutely for evil, of evil. And a lot of us have participated in these things. And we want to turn to good. And the thing about good is it's accepting of all. But you will receive your due consequences for the bad you've done. There's no way around that. So we need wisdom now more than ever. We need love now more than ever. We need understanding now more than ever. We need compassion now more than ever. We need peace now more than ever. We need these things that they're so essential right now because a lot of us are drowning in anxiety and fear and worry and just surrounded and drowning in evil things. We're a lot of men, I'm speaking to you, I know a lot of us are just struggling with this lust and we see the bad effects of it. We were ignorant before, but we see the bad effects of it now. We're just struggling with it again and again. And it's just overtaking our minds and just causing complete chaos. We need these things now more than ever. The truth is needed now more than ever. Seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Not the girlfriend, not the boyfriend, not the job, not the house, not the car, not the career, not the hobby. Seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thank you all for listening. Y'all have a good one.